Hi friends, I'm Les Mood, your host. Welcome to the Destination for Innovation series brought to you by the City of Bakersfield and GreenTech Network. Today we're in Bakersfield, California with a special guest. Welcome to the show, Jim.
Les, thanks for having me. Good to be with you.
Absolutely, it's wonderful to be here. It's a beautiful day.
Beautiful day.
Absolutely. So could you share a little bit about yourself and maybe something your associates or the world doesn't know about you?
Oh, yeah, we can talk about all sorts of things. Les, no, my name's Jim Damian. I am the Chief Economic Development Officer here at Kern County. I'm the first Chief Economic Development Officer that they hired, and I'm just happy to be part of the team of 8,500 hardworking individuals that serve Kern County every day.
Where would you say, with what you're doing today, that your journey began?
That's a great question. My journey began, interestingly, I haven't thought about this for a minute, but I began my career as a young social worker, actually, in the government in Alameda County. Even though I'm a Kern County native, I went to Northern California to study, and I got my first social work job there. Shortly after getting that job, Les, I figured out that the best social program is a job, and so decided to start a technology company. And I ran a technology services company with my business partners for 18 years here in Kern County. We had customers from all over the nation. And once we sold that company, I was able to kind of think about what I wanted to do, and I got invited to join the Kern County government in the Chief Administration Office. And so now I'm focused on economic development. But I really consider myself a private sector guy. And I'm just happy to be working inside the government on behalf of the private sector economy and on behalf of the almost 1 million residents that live in this county.
Yeah, it's really powerful with your experience in the entrepreneurial world to be working on the other side to facilitate more of that. What does that look like on a day-to-day basis for you?
You know, we kind of do two things. So our economic development team is brand new. This is the first time we've had a team inside the government working on this. The first thing we always think of and ask ourselves is, are we needed? So many times, all we have to do is stay out of the way. So in many of our projects, we go, you know what, let's just make sure the government is not getting in the way of the private sector entrepreneurs. And sometimes that means not producing any extra bureaucratic rules. In some cases, we have departments who ask us to help with streamlining their processes. So when you come into, for example, get a building permit, we want to make sure that's as easy as possible. So the Director of Public Works engages our team to kind of help think through on their behalf how to be the best, most friendly place for business.
Well, it's nice when things are easy and friendly, but sometimes there are struggles, right? And economic development or in entrepreneurialism. Could you share maybe some struggles you've seen, witnessed, been a part of, and some triumphs associated with them that others could learn from?
Well, both in public and private sector, the thing that we always want to reduce is uncertainty, right? We want to reduce uncertainty in terms of cost, in terms of timeline, in terms of just the experience. I mean, one of the great things about our favorite companies that we all buy from, you know what you're going to get, whether it's a burger, a pizza, ordering something from a vendor. When you know what's going to happen and the time it's going to take and the cost, you're pretty happy. If that changes, a delivery day, the further away you get from what you expect, the harder things become and the more difficult life gets. So what we try and do at the county is remove uncertainty. So when you ask the government for something, a permit, a certificate, an engagement of some sort, we want to be really clear what it's going to cost, how long it's going to take, and then you go forth and do your entrepreneurial thing or build your building or improve your building. So we just try and do our job, but do it in a way that's predictable for our customers, who in this case are these great, wonderful people called taxpayers.
Wow, I love the idea of predictability. That's something to be strived for sure, absolutely. In terms of people, maybe the community, industry in general, do you have some advice you'd like to share?
Advice, that's a good question. I think know that, especially in the government, everybody is working hard to be the best service provider and partner that we can be. And when things aren't perfect, it's not on purpose. It's just an organization. It's a big organization, almost 10,000 employees. It's a huge company. In this case, it's a government agency, but that's a lot of moving pieces. So, private sector people should always be thinking, what can we do on our side to make it a smooth process? Are my paperwork complete? Are my ideas valid? Do I have my financing lined up? I mean, we want to be the best partner we can be for people building and growing the economy. And the partners or customers in this county, they really do a great job at being prepared. And so I just always, my advice to entrepreneurs and people who are doing projects is over-prepare, over-prepare, over-prepare. And we're trying to do the same thing here in the government, to be prepared for the building increase that is happening. And actually we think it's even going to get, that market's going to get even more accelerated soon.
Well, as we prepare and we try to make things happen, there's roadblocks in the way, there's hurdles. So this next set of questions is more of a thought experiment to think about what are the possibilities. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so the first question is, what's some low-hanging fruit that we could bite into to make the world a better place, to make more of this market activity happen?
Well, to make the world a better place, and to make market activity, that's a really good question. I think one of the things that Kern County is known for, and that I really love it when people double down on, is, and you said it earlier, innovation. We've always been a self-reliant, innovative kind of community. From the first, oil well that we drilled 100 plus years ago to and the invention of agriculture techniques. I mean, so many things were invented here in Kern County, from the aerospace industry to energy to ag. So just that, we make the world a better place. We make the future brighter when we innovate and we experiment. And so even though we've mastered some things, I think really encouraging the community to lean in on innovation, experimentation, that's something that we really talk a lot about internally. And it's kind of weird because we are the government, but we're a government filled with experimenters and people that want to try new things and see how they work for the benefit of the people that live here.
Well, the government must be doing something right, because there's a lot of innovators here and it's working really well. In terms of some of the bigger challenges that we face as a community, as a society, what are some other areas that we should not ignore, that we should also bite into?
Well, we talked a little bit earlier, Les, about uncertainty. And there is a tremendous amount of uncertainty right now. I mean, just general life, right? Things can be uncertain. But the regulations that face our energy industry are uncertain. Our partners and friends in traditional oil and gas production, they're uncertain when they'll be able to pull permits for new types of activities, mostly drilling new oil wells. That's a huge headwind that we're trying to solve arm in arm with our industry partners. On the other side, we've got all these amazing new green technologies, renewable technologies that are being done here in Kern County. We are the leader in wind, the leader in solar. There's all sorts of innovation happening with new, things that haven't been done at scale anywhere in the world, and that people are bringing those projects to Kern County to try and see. And so we love that. And so we want to see in the energy sector that ideation and experimentation continue to happen from right here in Kern County, because when it does, some of those ideas are going to be very, very successful, we want to see our industry partners commercialize and scale those up quickly. And this is a place where you can do that. In other parts of the state, candidly, that's not the case.
Mm-hmm. In this ideation, implementation, and making things happen, what role do you see community playing in that process?
Business and community now more than ever need to be locked arm in arm. I mean, from a federal government requirements on certain types of grants, all the way down to just our corporations are historically in Kern County pretty good, really great citizens, So seeing the community and industry lock arm in arm and collaborate, and there's not always going to be perfect alignment, but to collaborate on solutions that move the ball forward, that's really what I think the role of the community and corporations, really, it's incumbent upon both of those groups to collaborate. And we're seeing that. I mean, you still have the occasional dust up and sometimes things go to court, but I think more now than ever, people are aligned, going, okay, we're not always going to agree on every single solution, community, industry, but we see the people coming together, finding common ground, creating solutions without getting courtrooms and adjudication involved. And so we love that. The more we see that in Kern County, the brighter our future will be.
For all the work that you're doing and with your associates, what would you like to see accomplished, maybe when you're reflecting, when you're retired, when you're looking back on life? What would you like that legacy to be?
What we really are out to do in Kern County, and this is a broad statement, and this is the city, right, the county, industry. We want Kern County to be the best place in the state of California to start and grow a business. We want low unemployment, we want high GDP, we want high wages, we want an equity-based economy where people are able to go do good work and move their life forward. So if we can move the needle in that direction a little bit day by day, I think we can all sleep good at night, and you keep doing it, 3 yards in a cloud of dust over and over, and then yeah, you look back at the end of a career and go, huh, yeah, I have contributed. And you know, frankly, I gotta say, Les, in this building and in all the county offices, we have people who come and they stay because they know you can lead here in Kern County. You can actually help change the world, as our video says, here in Kern County. And we're proud of that. And I think the people in the government are proud of that just as much as industry is.
Yeah, I'm proud of it. I'm very proud to be here. I'm not from here, came here. I haven't left either. My wife.
We're not going to let you leave. You're here. Yeah. You're here. You're staying.
Our family's here now. We've planted in the fertile ground. So in terms of an equity-based economy or opportunities, as you had phrased it, in our evolution of energy, is it possible for this to be an inclusive process? And if so, how?
You know, I think it is an inclusive process. I mean, if you look at our energy projects historically in Kern County, boy, these are projects and companies where you can show up, and if you're willing to put in a hard day's work, you can have a great life. And I think that, you know, candidly, especially in Kern County, that's been a hallmark of our success. And so I think we got to continue to lead in. If there are pockets where that's not true, and you can't go and put in a hard day's work and continue to advance your life, we got to look at that. But by and large, I think the actors in Kern County, from corporations to communities, really lean in and embrace this idea of fair day's pay for a fair day's work. And you do that again over and over and over, and you string together enough wins, and you keep moving your socioeconomic status. And candidly, this idea of entrepreneurship is kind of the biggest accelerant to move somebody's socioeconomic status. I mean, you've got education, right? And we've got all sorts of opportunities here, both from trade schools to, you know, the universities and the community colleges. We've got a great, bountiful basket of opportunity for anyone that wants to start a business. It's easy to do, you can quickly get in there, and you can change your socioeconomic status tomorrow. You don't need anybody's permission. So if you want to fulfill the American dream and be able to get fairly compensated and make progress in your life, I think Kern County is the best place to do it. Are there areas where we could do a little better? Sure. We're never going to stop improving as an industry, as government, as community. But in general, I think this is really, you know, one of the best places on the planet to try and realize that dream of pulling yourself forward and doing good things in the world.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. You say it so eloquently. And I'm going to ask you to tell us more about that, right? So, you know, Bakersfield is the county seat of this amazing county. What, in your view, makes it the destination for innovation?
It's the destination of it. There's three things, right? The secret sauce, the formula. And look, you and I both and your team, we travel all over the state and all over the country, and people are envious of Kern County. In fact, sometimes people look at us in a more elevated state than we'd see ourselves. We're a humble region. There's three things that make us different. First of all, our geology. The way that we find ourselves in this beautiful part of the earth. There's beautiful resources below us, there's beautiful resources above us. So our geology, we didn't make that. We're just trying to harness it and be creative with how we use it. So that's one. Number two, our geography. Look at how we are centrally located here in Bakersfield and in the county of Kern. We're the heartbeat, we're the center of the world's 5th largest economy, and we're literally physically in the center. That's why we're able to feed, fuel, and defend so much of the world. And finally, I think the third secret ingredient, and it's no secret, it's the community. People who are here are innovative, they're self-starters. I don't know why. You just look around and go, well, golly, there's a lot of independence. Sometimes that independence come off like we're fighting, but it's not. We're all fiercely passionate about what we do. And so the community, the geology, the geography, those are kind of the three things that make this place really special. And I think it is the destination for innovation because of those three things.
Well, absolutely. And also for the work you're doing and so many other people doing good work. Thank you for taking the time to share your insights, your journey with us, again, for all that you do.
Les, it's my pleasure. Appreciate all that you and your team do to spread the word about what's happening good in the city and the county. So thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
All right.
And thank you for joining us on the Destination for Innovation. Be sure to connect, collaborate, and create with Jim, and we will see you soon.
Thank you.